In a universe, in a world, I suppose, where people undoubtedly say that they actively seek the good things in their lives, like, I want to win, I'm a winner, I only want good, I want to make a lot of money. When that's the primary aim and nobody contests that and everybody thinks that's the right thing to do, you're in hell. If the whole thing is to get rich, to make a lot of money, to do all of these linear ass things, then you haven't understood the magnitude of life, and you're going to overcharge yourself with positivity, and you'll become so fucking fragile when somebody hits back. You'll become so fucking fragile when somebody says, that's not even how that works. You'll say, what? No, it's all relative. My way is the way. I actually agree with you. Your way is the way for you. But how's that working for you? Your way actually is the way for you. It isn't the way for me. That's what it means when it's all relative. My stance and your stance aren't any different until we decide to fight. So if we get into this rule set, which you could call a game, it can be a debate, it could be a boxing match, we could hoop, we could play ping pong, we could play volleyball, we could do whatever. I like moving, man. I like moving. I like controlling my center of gravity. I like identifying a shared center of gravity. And really, if we really lock it in, which has been a while, I like knowing where your center of gravity is. I like knowing how you think. I like knowing that when you shut the fuck up, you can't say nothing about it. If you're getting frustrated, you're getting frustrated. If you're getting calm, you actually calm. I like losing as much as I like winning because I love learning and I love using the scales to balance myself. That's what I love. But I'm nature. You're probably like human, so you want to win in everything you do. And so, like, you're fucking fragile and you're fucking weak. You haven't even understood how to cycle through the season, so you can't penetrate the center of the seasons. So when it hits spring, you're gonna make some money, and then when it hits winter, you're gonna lose a lot of it, and that's just gonna be what it is, and that's gonna be a cycle that you haven't controlled in your life. And you're gonna wonder why you poor the whole time, and you're gonna blame something like taxes and inflation, but you ain't never built a budget in your life to see your own financial pattern. You know what I'm saying? You haven't even been able to track that shit or feel that shit because you're lost in the narrative construct and don't understand that the base of reality is number. Like, if you were to go to another alien world, they'd still use numbers, and there still would be ratios, and they will work exactly the fucking same, actually, because all the dimensions are connected. So if they're at a higher dimension, because some people be like, well, their dimensionals would be different. No, actually, there's a baseline dimensional resonance that you can learn as a human on Earth that resonates to everywhere else because it's based on the star, it's based on the solar system, it's based on the creation principle. But some people are too impure to approach the king, even though the king brought them as one of the members of the harem. You can call me a slave if you want to. That's up to you, though. I ain't a slave. And when we flip the story, when I'm going to talk to the queen, Jezebel, the evil one, right? And she brought me in just to be X, Y, and Z, I convert her. She want to leave with me after. She want to leave with me. But I talk to Auntie, the wise woman, Mordecai. Every night we just, Auntie, talk to me. Auntie, talk to me. All my aunties talk to me. The woman is God. If you're talking about a singular, the context of a woman is God. One of the beings has to be disconnected from source so they can destroy what the other one creates to create balance, because that's the only way source can identify itself. Source is neither male nor female, so the portion of you that you have as source within you, the portion of you that you have within you as source, it's either connected directly or indirectly. If you want to connect to it directly, which would be to the physical, you got to get the touch of the woman. The woman has that. That's her blessing. The woman has that. That's her curse. A man is that he can actually feel disconnected from this shit. You can really not feel. It's not about being aligned like a woman. It's about feeling lost, nigga. Like lost. And you can't walk backwards you have nowhere to go. You don't know which direction to go in anymore because you forgot how to go in. That's where a lot of niggas are right now. And women don't necessarily get it, and y'all not supposed to get it, because the niggas who can find those spots and wake up are the niggas who are going to be able to balance you guys out, because y'all don't want to do it. Because if y'all did it, we wouldn't have no problems, because y'all connected to source. Y'all connected to source. Physically connected to source. we're disconnected to source. When we have our disconnection, which is the key to your connection, which is the outlet, we create life. Now catch what I'm throwing? It's not that difficult. It's actually a softball. All women, it's not about what they look like. It's about, does she have a turbocharger or not? Just because that turbocharger don't put out, humans, doesn't mean it don't work. It's probably skewed another way to do different things. Some women's uterus is skewed to help them create through the word. So whatever the fuck they say is coming true. But they don't know English. They don't know English. So it don't work. Like, every woman is the most powerful. Every single one. Like, the race for humanity is for you guys to understand that you are connected to source. That's what it is. That's the race. Can you realize that you are connected to source? No? Okay. I guess you just keep living the way you're... Figure it out, I guess. Whatever. That's the big experiment. Figure the fuck out. But if you can remember that you connected to source, there's nothing to figure out. Because that's the Sparrow clause. Once you understand that, that's it. But then you say, but what am I going to do? Nigga, talk to God, talk to source. What you mean? Like, niggas sometimes come up to they peek across the mountain, they deliver the 10 commandments to the people, and then they become one of the people again, because they forget that it's you, man. You connected to source individually, and you have a group connection to source. It's both. If you remember that you have an individual connection to source, and source's only way of expressing itself is through you, it has no other way of expressing itself. That's the headlock humanity has on what you want to call God. Is that source needs a being that it can understand what it's doing. An animal doesn't understand what it's doing. A tree doesn't understand what it's doing, but it's doing it, and it does it a lot better than human, because the human is supposed to understand what it's doing. Once you understand what you're doing and you love it, you connect your brain with your heart, you solid. Your natural connection is between your gut and your brain. So you have to disconnect that, which is why everybody been telling you to go fast, but you ain't want to do it. Because you think it's a permanent condition. Oh, I'm going to die. I'm not going to be able to eat again. Nigga, if you don't turn your cells, you don't understand that the everything bagel needs a rest. The toroidal field, the everything bagel, it needs a rest. You're not spinning it the right way, and it's not really making music, so you have to press the pedals that make it rest. You have to hit the clutch so you can shift gears, nigga. That's going inside. Spend 10 minutes by yourself. Go to the dark. Spend time in silence. There ain't no motherfucking secrets to this. It's just that, like, the people who don't understand language think the people who speak in big words know language, and they don't know language, my nigga, because they learn language from a dictionary. If you ain't learned language from the alphabet itself, if you ain't learned language from the gods, if you ain't learned numbers from the gods, then you don't know what the fuck you doing with it. And to learn language from the gods, you have to have an alphabet and some numbers on a piece of paper, and that's it. Figure it out. Figure it out. Because the prominent figures that you guys study fucking enslave y'all. Because you guys are always looking for human figures. You're looking for parallel figures to rule you. That's some bitch ass nigga shit. Well, if I don't do it, we're gonna get invaded. I don't give a fuck, nigga. I'm connected to source. Send that motherfucking bomb, nigga. Send it. That's the source I'm connected to. That's the source I'm connected to, not some bitch ass nigga guy that like only taxes me and all that other bullshit. Send the fucking bomb. Send all of them. That's how we've always been. Why do you think we've accommodated a whole fucking cancerous people? And it's not just white people. It's y'all dark motherfuckers too. All you evil motherfuckers will come over here to America so you can actually see that life isn't the way that it's supposed to be on your land. We could close the motherfucking doors. We can make this whole motherfucking bitch Wakanda again. Don't tempt me. I'll go find her. I will go find her. I'll go find her right fucking now, bro. Tempt me. What? And we'll put up the whole motherfucking force field, and you guys will not be able to come over here no more. It won't happen. It will be impossible. It will be literally impossible for you to pull up. Planes won't work. Cars won't work. None of it will work. People who can't accommodate to the frequency are just going to have to recycle, go back to their land, and then start over. No more America for y'all. Because y'all think everything work on the physical plane, which means working on the mental plane and working on the inertial plane are a lot easier because they're uncrowded. It's just there's nobody there. That's why it's easier. But I'm off topic because we ain't really hitting on no threads. But we could really just reset it. But we let y'all come over here. That's the experiment, because we're connected to source and we know that deeply. So whatever happens is going to be a lesson for us, and we're going to be able to accommodate that lesson. We're going to be able to learn from that lesson, right? And then get stronger, because we don't die. We just triangulate. We split ourselves up into three. The single life that we have splits into three, creates a tetrahedron, and then we move from there. It's simple work, simple flow. You could never die. You could only rotate. But unless you know that, you're gonna sit in fear all the time because you think somebody else is gonna come save you. That's a moniker of fear. You gotta understand there's nothing to be scared of, right? Like there's nothing to be scared of. Anything that you're describing as being scared of is wrong. Most of the time you haven't even interacted with it. It's a figment of your imagination, and yet it is the primary substance through which humanity moves right now. And that's tough because you're connected to source. You're not an animal. But you don't know that. The numbers prove it. Get yourself a 9x9 because niggas think it's complicated. Oh, how am I supposed to know this? I don't know physics. Nigga, it's just numbers. Get your 9x9 multiplication table, make everything a single digit, and study that shit every day. Then you get an alphabet and you look at that and you study that shit every day. And you spend 3 minutes of silence and 6 minutes of darkness and 9 minutes of stillness every day, and you'll wake the fuck up. You'll wake the fuck up. We do this where I'm actually from. Like my physical forms are actually from. This is not where my physical form is. We're phased in right now. We're all holographic. We're not even here right now. It's a dream. That's why when you try to find physical matter, you keep penetrating a barrier and you see more worlds and more spaces because it's a hologram. Y'all niggas are stupid, but whatever. In my real physical forms, when I project, like this is what you have to teach and unlock people, and they got to be able to do it. And when you can do it, we cheer and we send parties, and it's a whole, like, because you connect with the deeper part of yourself, and you're supposed to get those fragments here. You're not gonna get it all. There's no all to get, but you're supposed to learn the principles in the fragments and learn these things here and learn how important they are, so that when you die and you go to your next experience, you have a creative impulse. So you have this thing that allows you to choose, that makes you different than all the other organisms in your world. And when you get enough EXP like that, then you create your own world and you become the logos, and you decide, do I want my niggas paying taxes? But you don't decide with an intellectual question like they taught you in school. When you paying taxes here, when you go back to your world, them niggas is gonna be paying taxes because you pay taxes here. It's a loop. So you got to break out this cycle. You know what I'm saying? You got to break out of this cycle and be like, nah, I ain't doing that shit. Because whatever I do here, my niggas is doing at home. My grandkids is doing. My past is doing. My future is doing. But if I can fix this motherfucking shit right here, it's a wrap. Said me. It's me. I said that, but whatever. Oh, your word isn't your wand? Your word doesn't allow you to control the airwaves? You're not speaking your reality into life? Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. And maybe you'll see that that's actually what's happening. You don't have enough silence to have enough awareness points to realize that what the fuck you say today is happening tomorrow. What you say today is happening tomorrow. It don't come back a whole time later. It come back tomorrow, nigga. When you press a piano key, it's gonna resonate with somewhere else, right, on a different octave. But different parts of the strings around it are also gonna resonate. So then when you hit what you say here is gonna become what you see there. What you see there is gonna be what you touch over there. What you touch over there is what you're gonna think about. And then all of those things are gonna be the exact location you sit down at, so you can talk shit while you being still. And they're all gonna equate to a different thing. It's some simple shit, but if you don't see it, then you just part of the backdrop. And good for you. Be part of the backdrop. I ain't got no problem with you being part of the backdrop. Agent Smith get a lot of roles, my nigga. There's 8 pawns on the board, my nigga, so obviously we ain't talking to everybody. Because I ain't talking to anybody else who's a piece on the board. I'm talking to the players. But you got to understand, you play this game from within. You get to play this game from within. Level 1 is do whatever the fuck you want and chase that shit to your mightiest dream. And no matter what anybody says, keep going. And if you've never done that, then you're an NPC. You got to keep doing it. But once you do that and you have the opportunity to do that, whether that's a day, whether that's 12 years, whether it's your whole life, then you have the opportunity to decide, am I going to continue to serve myself or am I going to continue to, or am I going to serve others? And neither is wrong, right? Neither is wrong because you're doing both at the same time, but your intention is what moves you from one to the next. So are you aware when you're serving others and when you're serving yourself? When you're yelling at your homie, when you're yelling at your son, when you're yelling at your spouse, are you doing that for you or are you doing that for them? Because your action isn't the issue. The tone actually isn't the issue. The intention is the issue. Now, sometimes the tone makes it hard. Sometimes the action makes it hard. You love me, but you're spanking me? I don't know about that one. I don't know, right? But this is what happened to y'all, so this is what you're going to do, right? No. Absolutely not. Well, I think that's it. I don't really think I said too much. Peace, love, peace. I'll see y'all later when I see y'all. Adios.